Think about this for a second. The IPO of Amazon, May 15th, 1997, a $10,000 investment is now worth $21 million, $21,140,000. However, you would have had to subject yourself to 8 periods of time where it dropped at least 50%, one period of time where it went down 85, and the Barron's newspaper had a front page article, Amazon.bomb, the age of this internet retailer is over. But the cat that made Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he shot himself into space in his own rocket. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? Do you want to be patient and look at something like Bitcoin and see the exponential growth of wallets and the scale and understand the value of the network effect of those properties associated therewith and stay patient and watch Bitcoin eclipse gold in terms of its market capitalization? Or do you want to trade it and get juked out of it at the wrong moment and do what non-psychologically minded investors do, is they sell lows and they buy highs? And so to me, I got to get in the face. I have to grab the face mask of my clients and pull them close to me like a good coach and say, stop it. Get your emotions out of this thing. This is a revolutionary asset. This is digital waterfront property. This is digital energy that is going to transform the world. And over the blockchain, we are going to delayer our society. We're going to take third-party intermediaries out of the society. It'll be a cost savings. It'll be ecologically friendly. There'll be quantum benefits associated with this. And you can own a piece of this property today at a very attractive price. This is you and me going to Miami Beach in 1921 and buying oceanfront property.
Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. Hit the thumbs up button if you appreciate what Anthony Scaramucci just shared on Anthony Pompliano's Best Business Show. Do you agree with this? Yes, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is volatile, obviously, just like some of the biggest blue chips of the past, like Amazon. So don't let this volatility scare you away. Don't miss the forest for the trees. Understand where the world is trending. Do you think the world is trending more digital? Do you think there's a need for an asset with a hard monetary policy? I mean, particularly, we need Bitcoin and crypto with the macro backdrop we have today, when the strongest fiat currency, its monetary policy, is changed on the regular at their whim, seemingly sometimes not even truly fixing the problem. Fed raises interest rates by 75 basis points. The Fed is committed to fighting inflation, even at the risk of tipping the economy into a recession. What you need to know is this: the Fed raised rates by 75 basis points today, the biggest hike since 1994. The decision comes as the inflation in the United States officially hits a 40-year high. The market reacted negatively to the announcement, with Bitcoin and Ethereum losing 8% and 13% of their value on the daily. Bitcoin was made for instances like this. So why is it still hovering just above $20,000? Perhaps it's because Bitcoin's price has completely detached from the underlying value and adoption of the network, as there is fear in the market. Because think about it. Long-term investors obsess over value and durability. So is Bitcoin valuable? Is it durable? Well, Bitcoin's hash rate is at an all-time high. Lightning Network capacity is at an all-time high. Bitcoin addresses with 0.01 Bitcoin, 0.1 Bitcoin, and 1 Bitcoin are all at all-time highs. Yet sentiment in the market is creating fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But people need to realize there's only one monetary policy globally that has not changed over the last 2 years. Only one monetary policy is actually independent and predictable. So short-term spectators focus on price, yes, but long-term capital worries about durability. And if you're worried about durability, I think after the fear in the market, after the shakeout, after Bitcoin starts to consolidate a little bit, I think people are going to realize that Bitcoin is still here. And like Scaramucci himself said, this is you and me going to Miami Beach in 1921 and buying oceanfront property. At the very least, an intense relief rally is coming. Bitcoin monthly RSI is at its lowest levels it's ever been. Altcoins are at its lowest weekly RSI levels ever, even lower than the 2018 bear market. They have now entered the oversold area. So a relief rally is coming. Does that mean that Bitcoin's bear market is soon to be over? Perhaps the bottom is soon to be in this month, next month, pretty soon. But probably this whole year, let's be realistic, we'll just be in chop consolidation below all-time highs. But understand this, Bitcoin is now sitting at the 200-week moving average for the first time since March 2020. Bitcoin's been going down a lot. Historically, this is much closer to the bottom, if not the bottom, than it is closer to the top. And buying when it's at this line or particularly below this line, even if it's just below this line for a week or two, historically, has been a really smart move. And understand the unique set of circumstances that have marked Bitcoin's crash and bottom over the last few weeks to a month, right? It started with Terra Luna, adding a sense of fear and uncertainty in the market, not to mention an intense sell pressure for Bitcoin and crypto. Combine that with what we're seeing with Celsius, having to cover their margin call, adding intense sell pressure. Not to mention one of the most respected and well-known hedge funds in the cryptocurrency space, Three Arrow Capital, same thing, imploded, facing possible insolvency after unforeseen liquidations. What we've been seeing over the past couple weeks is extremely special, and understand this is what's putting massive sell pressure on the market. Celsius and Three Arrow Capital were massive Bitcoin whales. Do Kwon was a massive Bitcoin holder, and Terra, depleting the Luna Foundation's Bitcoin reserves, took Bitcoin price down. Celsius plus Three Arrow Capital liquidations in the same night by Tether and FTX was like two Terra Lunas in the same night. Massive pressure on Bitcoin as we held 20K. Ethereum, it's becoming increasingly clear that one, the Ethereum move from 1800 to 1000 was the result of a large forced seller, and two, the majority of forced selling is behind us. Cautiously optimistic we found a local bottom. Not to mention, if you take a look at Ethereum and you exclude the price, Ethereum has strong fundamentals as well. Ethereum number of addresses holding 10 plus ETH has just hit a new all-time high. Scaling, layer 2, ETH deposits onto Arbitrum are at all-time highs. Arbitrum and Optimism are now 24% of Ethereum transactions, with share increasing. Safe bet that will be over 50% on layer 2 Ethereum by end of the year. If really successful, add ZK Sync and Starknet, easily imagine quickly becoming L2 ETH transactions taking up 90%. Ethereum is scaling, and understand that this is only counting roll-up blocks, which hold even more transactions. So Ethereum is scaling. So it makes sense to me why Fidelity CEO says they're doubling down on cryptocurrency right now while everybody else is bearish. Smart woman right there.
If you believe that the fundamentals of a long-term case are really strong, when everybody else is dipping, that's the time to double down and just dive extra hard into it. And that's usually the right move. So I'm excited about what's going. I mean, I feel awful about the value that's been lost, but I also believe that the industry has in crypto that there's a lot to come, and it's really exciting.
Look, guys, I know things are tough right now. We'll make it through this. I promise you that. Crypto is here to stay. If you have money in Celsius, you can file a small claims case. If it's between 10,000 and 25,000, I'm sure there's even more things you can do. If it's over 25,000, I'll leave a link to this in the description in case that's you. Subscribe to the channel, my friends. Smash the like if you got value in today's video. We will be with you every day this year, keeping you informed just like we always do.